Welcome back, viewers. In the last video, we discussed the concept of acids and a base. And in the previous video, we have discussed something about hybridization. If you have not watched that video, I will provide a link below. Please go through the video and please review that. So today, we are going to discuss some very basic concept of the chemistry. That concept, everybody know that we call it as what? Bonds. So means today class is dedicated only the discussion for the concept of bonds here. So I will take a real-time example and explain you why the element in the periodic table they undergo the formation of the bonds, right? Here the word bonds in your often days, in your regular day, you are using this word. You say to your friend, they saying that my friendship is very strong with you, or you say that the bond between us is very strong. In films also they use this word. The chemistry between hero and heroine is very strong, and the bonds between the hero and heroine is very strong. Then what does this bond refers to actually? And why they have derived this word from the chemistry itself? And what is so special in this word? So in this video, we will discuss all the types of the bond existing between two different elements. It may be the same element or it may be one different element. So in this today's class, we all discuss about this concept of the bonds. Let's begin. So let us take an example. There are two friends, the A and B, right? Two friends are there which are unknown to each other. So they enter into some schools, then they start sharing themselves. So what does they share? They share some money, no problem. A will donate money, B will accept money. That is secondary case. Ultimately, they will exchange their thoughts, they exchange their stories. Ultimately, they become very close to each other. Then we say they have developed some friendship between themselves. Is it not? We often use this word. Am I right or not? Two friends, they start sharing their thoughts, they start sharing their stories. Ultimately, they start existing. There is some word, that relation, we call it as what? Friendship. Same thing with elements also. Let us assume there are elements E and E, right? Before entering into the chemical bond, they have to share something. You know, like humans, elements are not provided with the money. Elements are not provided with the stories. Elements are not provided with some artificial the assets. Then what the element can share, or what element can donate, or what element can accept? It is all about electrons, because every element in this universe are provided with respective electrons. Am I right or not? Therefore, elements, to make a bond, they start sharing, they start donating, they start accepting electrons. Ultimately, they start sharing their relationship. Therefore, that relationship we chemically called that as bonds. Therefore, some element will share, some element will donate, some element will accept. Depending upon that one, we have a different bonds, how you have a different friendship. Some friendship are very strong between two friends, like that some bonds are very strong between the elements. Some friendship is very weak. You say that I is hi-bye friends. Similarly, that also same thing. There are some of bonds which are very weak in nature. Am I right or not? Some friendship will last only for one day. After that, it will vanish out. Like that same thing, some bonds are very temporary. You know, some friendship are so strong that will exist more than 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Like that, some bonds are which are permanent. It all depends on how the interaction between A and B is there. The same thing, how the interaction between element A and element B is also there. For that one, the bonds depends, or bond parameter depends. Therefore, today's class, let us begin what all the types of bonds are there and how many types of bonds are there in your entire chemistry textbook. So let us begin the video. You come for the chemistry there, you have considered this one. We classify the bonds into two types, right? We classify the bonds into two types. One bond, here this bond exists between same elements, right? The bond exists between same elements. Another one is there, very simple, this exists between different element of different molecule. Means one type of a bond we have, that bond exists between the same element of the same molecule, another one exists between a different element of different molecule. One which exists between same element of the same molecule, that is broadly classified into majorly 4 types, right? One very simple, one concept we call it as ionic bond. Almost all you have heard this name. Second one we call it as covalent bond. This also you know. Third one we call it as coordinate bond. This also called as a CCB. CCB means coordinate covalent bond. And the fourth one is called as a metallic bond, and this is a very special. It exists only in metals. Non-metals will not have these metalloids, will not have this metallic bond. It is very rare. And between existing, here it is broadly classified into 2 types. One we call it as a hydrogen bond. You already know, very temporary bond it is. In the later onwards video, in the next video we will discuss about this part. Then another one is van der Waals force. So in the next video we will discuss this entire part later onwards, but in this today video we will discuss all the types of these bond. That bond we call it as ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond and metallic bond. So let us begin. Read the heading. Ionic bond. Remember, every element try to make a bond to attain the word called as what? Stability. How humans, after making a friendship, they attain the stability. In the same way, element will also share the electrons and they attain stability. What is this stability stands for in the chemistry? It should contain 8 electrons in the valence shell. This state we call it as what? Octet. Everybody know this. Once the element, they do by sharing, they transfer, they attain, they accept, they donate, doing hook or crook, they should get how many electrons? 8 electrons in the valence shell. When they attain 8 electrons, automatically element has to be said to be what? Stable, and automatically element enter into the word called as what? Bonds. Let us take an example. We have an element called as lithium and we have an element called as fluorine. Everybody know lithium electronic configuration is 1s2 and 2s1, right? Here fluorine, you know, 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Here the valence shell is 2s1, right, which is the last one, that is the valence shell. Here the valence shell is 2s and 2p. If you observe carefully, one thing you can remember, in the fluorine, in the valence shell, how many electrons are there? 7. How much we want? 8. Means it is short of 1 electron. Here in the lithium, how many electrons are there in the valence shell? 1 electron. If it loses this electron, it will be there only in the s orbital. How many electrons will be there? Only 2. Means 2 is also stable in some exceptional cases. Means if lithium can donate 1 electron, then automatically lithium will have 2 electrons. That is also stable. That lost electron will be immediately taken by fluorine, because the fluorine want 1 electron to complete its octet. Therefore fluorine will take that electron and this 5 become now 6. Then fluorine is also stable. Here lithium will donate and fluorine will accept. What will happen if lithium will donate? Let us assume, right? Let us assume lithium has lost 1 electron. When electron is lost, lithium is converted into lithium plus. You know, 1 electron lost means now the electronic configuration becomes 1s2. This electronic configuration is of noble gas helium. Helium is stable. All the noble gases are stable, you know that. Now, once the lost electron is now entering into the orbital of which one? Fluorine. Once the fluorine will take, it becomes F minus, because electrons are taken means negative charge will increase. If electrons are lost, positive charge will increase. Therefore, now electronic configuration of this becomes 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Unknowingly, lithium has acquired positive charge, fluorine has acquired negative charge. Everybody know that positive will attract negative, negative will attract positive. There start a friendship between these. That friendship, now we call it as a bond. Specifically, we call it as what? ionic bond. Now can anybody tell, does lithium has accepted the electron? No, lithium has donated one electron. Does fluorine has donated the electron? No, fluorine has accepted one electron. Here one element will donate, another element will accept. Where donation exception is there, such bonds are supposed to be called as which bond? Ionic bond. That's why if you look into the definition of ionic bond, you come to know that ionic bond is nothing but the complete transfer of one or two electrons from one atom to another atom, thereby the force of attraction, that is the electrostatic force of attraction, we call it as which bond? Ionic bond. This bond is comparatively stronger and it exists only when there must be someone to donate and there must be someone to accept. If it donates and nobody to accept, then this bond is not existing. If there is someone to accept but no one is ready to donate, then also ionic bond is not possible. Am I right or not? I have a blood, I should donate to somebody, then only I should call it as a donor. Otherwise I should not call myself as a donor. Is it not? Here also same thing, ionic bond exists only when there must be someone to donate and there must be someone to accept that bond. We call it as which bond? Ionic bond. Let us move on to the different one. Second point, second bond, we call it as very simple, very common, most loved bonds among the all is supposed to be called as which one? Covalent bond, right? Then what a covalent bond actually stands for? Let us take an example, then come back. We have an element called as a fluorine and a fluorine. You know electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Already you know, I have written in the previous section. Here also electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Now you tell which is a valence shell here? 2s2, 2p5. Here also 2s2, 2p5. Here the valence electrons are 7. Here also valence electrons are 7. Both cannot donate, both cannot accept. Because if they want to accept, there is no one to donate. In such a case, between these two, ionic bond is not possible. Then what they will do? Let us assume there are two friends A and B, right? A is having 5 rupees, B is having 10 rupees. Both wants to eat a gobi manchuri, they enter into the restaurant. The cost of each plate of gobi manchuri is 15 rupees. But A has only 5 rupees, B has 10 rupees. What they will do? Immediately they make agreement, they share the money, the total money becomes now 15 rupees, then they eat gobi manchuri, that is intelligent part. Here also fluorine is there, very intelligent. They want to make a chemical bond, then what they will do? Now you imagine, I will write here fluorine and a fluorine. Around the fluorine, 7 electrons I have to write, 7 dots I will write. These dots are nothing but what? Electrons, I have written 7. Other fluorine also 7. Am I right or not? Now what they will do? They can't donate, they can't accept. What they will do? They start sharing. This sharing bond itself is called as what? Covalent bond. Means fluorine, left side fluorine will donate 1 electron, right side fluorine will donate 1 electron. Then ultimately they attain how many electrons? 8. Let us count. These 2 electrons are common for left side also. These 2 electrons are common for right side also. How this 15 rupees is common for both A and B? Remember this. Now if I count, this bond is a 2 electron. 2, 4, 6, 8. Left side is how many electrons? 8 stable. Let us count other side. Again this bond is common for right side also. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now the bond is stable. Here also how many electrons? 8 electrons. Here no one has donated, no one has accepted. They are shared. When there is a sharing of electron, that bond we call it as which bond? Covalent bond. Let us take another example. Let us verify about oxygen, O2. You know, oxygen I will write O and O. Electronic configuration if you write 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. Here also 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. In the valence shell, this is a valence shell. In the valence shell, total how many electrons are there? 6 and 6 electrons each. Now, both cannot donate, both cannot accept. Again, what they will do? Again, they will enter into that bond, either told gobi manchuri like that. They share the electrons. How many electrons they need to share? Earlier, 7, 7 means they shared 1. Here, 6, 6 means they should share how many electrons? 2 electrons. That's why I will write O and O. You tell me how many dots I have to write around oxygen? 6. Therefore 2, 4, 6. Here also 2, 4, 6. Now try to complete octet. Both should have how many electrons? 8 electrons each. Now they join the bond. They share 2 electrons each. Now you see 2, 4, 6, 8. Therefore octet is completed. These two bonds are common for both. 2, 4, 6, 8 both are attained octet. This is how the sharing of electron, and this bond is supposed to be called as which bond? Covalent bond. Therefore covalent bonds are of majorly 3 types, that is single bond, double bond and triple bond. If they share 2 electrons, single bond. If they share 4 electrons, covalent double bond. If they share 6 electrons, then they must be how many? Triple bonds. Then we move on to the next bond. That bond we call it as coordinate covalent bond. Shortcutly I will write it as CCB. When this bond exists, let us verify there are 2 elements A and B. Between A and B there is existing of CCB only when B must be deficient by 2 electron or pair of electron and A must already have 8 electrons. Then only CCB will exist. Majority of the student actually don't know when the CCB will exist. Carefully observe, condition is there. B must be deficient only by 2 electrons, not more than that, not less than that. B must be deficient by only by 2 electrons and A should already have completed its octet. Let us verify. One example I will take, NH3. On the nitrogen, there are 2 electrons already which are a lone pair. In the previous VSEPR theory, I have explained all these. Please, if you are not finding, please go through that video clearly. Another one we will take BF3, boron trifluoride. Here, if you count around the boron, 2, 4, 6, there are 6 electrons. Here if you count 2, 4, 6, 8, here how many electrons? 8 electrons. Now the condition is there. Here BF3 is deficient by 2 electrons, whereas NH3 already attended 8 electrons. BF3 is ready to accept, NH3 is ready to donate. What they will do? These pair of electrons are now transferred towards BF3 and that bond itself is called as which bond? CCB, that is nothing but coordinate covalent bond. One which donate, we call it as donor. One which will accept, we call it as acceptor. Therefore, this bond is also called as donor-acceptor bond, or it is also called as co-ionic bond, because one will donate, one will accept. It has some ionic character, therefore it is also called as a co-ionic bond. That is all about CCB, that is nothing but a coordinate covalent bond. Moving on to the last one, not much discussed about this bond. We call it as metallic bond. Very simple. This metallic bond exists in some solids which are typically metals. Between iron and iron, there exists some bond that we call it as which bond? Metallic bond. Atoms of iron, both they are connected by some sea of electrons or electrostatic force of electrons of the nucleus of one atom with the nucleus of other atom. That bond we call it as which bond? Metallic bond. Same bond will exist between copper and a copper, which are typically metal. Same bond will exist between manganese and a manganese, which are typically metal, and this type of metallic bond is only observed in D and F block element in the periodic table. That's why if you count, we have S block, we have a P block, we have a D block and we have a F block. S block element majorly undergoes ionic bond. P block undergoes both ionic bond and covalent bond and CCB, that is coordinate bond, whereas D and F block element undergoes CCB and metallic bonding. If one asks you about this one, you should be able to answer this question. In the majority of the periodic table, I have already explained how the element human tendency to undergo friendship, same tendency with the elements are also called as the elements. For the majority of the elements, they undergo chemical bonding to attain. Intention is very simple, that is only to attain the 8 electrons. Remember. Thank you.